Hi everyone, welcome back to Nature's BS. Hope you've all had a wonderful week. Got myself and Andy here. This week, no
Hello.
cat, sadly. So you see, we got Barnacle, we got Pookie, got Nathan. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everyone survived the storm we had over the weekend, which was quite dramatic.
Storm Dara. It was so bad I
Yeah,
couldn't get out. It was
I know.
atrocious.
I couldn't as well, but I got up afterwards to see kind of the aftermath of some of the storm. But yeah, hopefully everyone stays safe and everything like that, and had a
Yeah.
good week.
I did.
Yeah,
I had a good week. Just didn't get to go
yeah.
any wildlife spotting, unfortunately. But hey,
Oh.
these things happen. These
Mhm.
things happen. What about yourselves, though, guys? Did you all get to go out and do some wildlife spotting? Please tell me you did.
Hopefully. Yeah, because it was a bit windy like the day before the main weather warnings and the storm and stuff like that. But after the weekend, it died down quite quickly. So hopefully, either side of the weekend, people managed to get out and things.
Yeah. Nathan said that he saw a kingfisher as the storm was on the come down. That's amazing.
Oh,
And
storm
Barnacle
kingfisher.
Barnacle says was okay here for a change. Hee. Hope everyone's barnacles were intact after. My barnacles were intact afterwards. Barnacle Bum, thank you so much for asking.
Same here.
Yeah, it was exciting here though. It was
Hmm.
exciting. Like the wind didn't get anywhere near as high as it did in other places in the country, but it just didn't stop raining.
Yeah, I feel like here the rain wasn't too bad. I think the winds were the worst bit here. So I think I'm not sure if it was the highest in the country, but we definitely had like the highest in the area, like Capel which is up in Udderly National Park. That's like right in like the valley, so it's all funneled down. I
Yeah.
think that got 92 or 93 miles an hour. And then out on the Llyn got either 92 or 93, like it was 92 for one of the places, 93 for the other. So yeah, very strong winds. Luckily, where I live, like in the valley, I'm on the north side of the valley, so I got like the mound of the hill to
Yeah.
protect it, and it was a bit windy for where I am now, but yeah, like going out onto more exposed places was impressively windy, but nothing like atop mountains and things like that. So
Like Nathan's making everybody in chat and us jealous. So I have plans to go rock pooling on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
what a week!
That is an amazing, amazing 5 days.
Wow, can we all come along?
Yes. Barnacle just asking if they can swap.
You looking for anything in particular, Nathan, or just going out to see what there is, or any surveys or anything? But
Unfortunately, no
hope you.
photos, but yesterday I got to do a survey for Arctic char at their spawn site. Ooh. Didn't see too many, but also saw two dippers and three kingfishers.
Oh, lovely! Oh, your kingfisher photos.
Yeah.
In Live Encounter Discord.
Hopefully, have a look
Wonderful.
at them later on.
Yeah,
I
really,
was
really
like
lovely.
cycling past a low tide, flat cam day to day. Oh, that was a bitter pill to swallow.
Um, just gonna have to see what you can get. Very cool. I hope you get some really cool things, Nathan. I'm just
Yeah,
excited to see what comes up in the Discord.
yeah.
It's been
Some amazing
awesome
stuff in the
photos.
last week. It's been absolutely brilliant. Like I say,
Mm.
hopefully we'll get a little peek at all of that from everybody later on.
Mm. That'd be cool.
Because I quite liked it last week when I just basically went to the Discord and showed everybody's photographs. It was great.
Yeah, I know. I caught up a bit whilst I was editing things, and
Yeah.
it's just nice to go through it and things. So I'm glad to be here now this week instead of working. I'm really sad to be working last week. I was like, oh, I was on my stream right now. It's a big working.
Cool. Anyway, shall we move on to our wildlife encounters? Because we have had some.
Yeah, we have had some. That'd be nice to go on. Do you want to go first?
I shall go first. Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
first. So I'm actually just going to show a couple more pictures that I took at Frampton Marsh. couple of weeks ago.
Mm.
So last week we
Okay.
had the beautiful male hen harrier. Honestly, it was so good. It's probably my highlight of the year now.
Wow,
Is seeing that bird.
that's good.
So that's probably number one.
Mm-hmm.
Please do keep your highlights coming in on our Discord channel as well. That's been great. I will be showing all them off next week. So
Mm. The
keep them
final
coming.
stream of the year.
Final stream of the year is next week.
Crazy.
Well, it's not quite. It'll be the second. It's our final nature chat stream next week,
That's
next
true.
Wednesday, and then we've still got our final gaming stream on Friday. So,
Okay.
which would be cool. I found an Andy pick for my highlights. Hee hee. Thanks, Barnacle.
You gotta have like an Andy pick of the year.
I think I've done an Andy pick of the
Everyone has.
year. I'm pretty sure my lesser yellow leg will win it though. Unless I get something incredible from rock pulling, I think I'll stick to the 10 I submitted.
Have to add another 10 on each week.
Yeah. So, anyway, last week we announced that there was a record number of widgeon, over 23,000 widgeon at RSPB Frampton Marsh. And I'd taken a picture of them, but I hadn't shown it last week. So here's a nice picture of a few widgeon.
All 23,000.
This is a few, a small few of the 23,000 that were there. I'd hate to have been the person that counted them all. Birder Chris did say who had been counting them all. Well done, that person. But there we go. Simon says Barnacle Bomb. Thank you, Barnacle.
Well done, Simon.
Well done, Simon. To go out and count any Americans? No, I don't think there are any American widgeon in this image. I just love the stripe across from the beak that goes across the top of the head.
They really stand out.
I think they're lovely little birds. Simon the Widgeon Master.
It's got to be his title now. So.
Was it you went out to count how? I think it was went out to count how many whipper swans there were, and
noticed there are lots.
Notice there's lots of widgeons. So start counting widgeon.
Oh, it might be a lot of widgeons. Oh, it is a lot of widgeons.
What I will say though is there's an announcement this week that Frampton Marsh has counted the highest number of whipper swans they've ever had as well, which is amazing. So that's fantastic. If you haven't had a chance to get there, you've got to get over at Frampton right now. It is teeming with life, absolutely teeming. Cool. So that's my first little wildlife encounter.
I love that one.
And to be fair, when we got there, I sat in the car, it's pulled in the car park, and the car park looks out over one of the marshes, mainly the grasslands area, but it was still a wetland, and I was looking at it going, oh, there's lots of widgeon there. Just sat in the car. So
the hunch was right.
It was.
There were a lot.
Now I've got 2 birds in the next one. Well, it's technically 3. Here we go. You got to tell me what they are.
The barnacles have nice composition.
Oh, thank you.
Which I think is nice.
They are all in Frampton, Barnacle Bum and Pookie. You have to come over, Pookie.
The holiday. I can see 2.5 birds.
2.5 birds, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what they are? What type of birds they are?
I want to say...
That's a question to chat as well.
Siskin and Linnet? The 2 main ones?
Okay, one's definitely a linnet. It's not a siskin.
Siskin. It's a green finch.
It is a green finch.
I can't work out what the half bird is.
That's another linnet, I think.
Is it another linnet?
Yeah, I think that's another linnet.
Peeking and trying to float it in.
Yeah. You want it to be, hey, look at me. It's photobombing.
I don't think I've ever seen like linnets hopping around with other birds. I feel like I've always seen them like in little isolated groups.
Yeah, this is when I thought I've seen corn bunting, but it weren't. They were just linnets. So,
Oh,
but it's
next
fine.
time.
Linnets are cool. I do like a good linnet.
They are. Do love linnets. Yeah, there are loads on Skoma, so I've got a nice appreciation for them now.
Yeah.
Every time I said, oh yes, take a moment to appreciate the linnets. It's really nice.
Not as
I
common
love
as
those.
you'd hope them to be.
No, definitely not.
It's the same with most finches, though. They are same with most birds. They seem to be in a bit of decline, but
Hmm.
there's lots of seeds and stuff for them to eat here. They choose only the thinnest branches. Yes.
Oh, no, I love those. I
There we
love the
go.
very kind of delicate, cool song. Like nice and complex, but very light and nice song. I like it a lot.
So they were mine. That's my two.
Lovely. Should I go on to my ones?
Yeah, let's go to yours.
So I managed to get out to woodland slash plantation, like Gwydir Forest, just north of Betsycode here in North Wales. A nice walk 2 days ago, I think it was now. Um, it was a lovely day, nice kind of calm, slightly overcast. And it's just a lovely walk. I hadn't been like out and just into wildlife and nature for a long time, so it felt very much kind of like touching grass again. Just nice and quiet, sit in the woodland, listen to a little waterfall in the distance, just moving through the trees. It was a very good mindfulness kind of moment as such, just to sit there. It's one of those moments where you wish you could just teleport to when you're in like a stressful or busy situation. You just want to escape somewhere quiet. It's like nice woodland in the middle of nowhere. And I realized the pictures I'd chosen were all kind of water with trees, which I didn't realize when I picked. Oh, this is nice, and I'll show that one. So I'll start with my river picture. Um, yes, it's a lovely area. If you ever come up to North Wales, Gwydir Forest is like a mix of woodland in some places and then plantations in others. But it's like on top of old lead mines, so it's like an load of like old mines everywhere, and they're all really old and all in these forests, so they're all kind of overgrown with like mosses and lichens, and there's like water dripping through them, and like a really nice old abandoned look in the woods. And it's this lovely river flowing through it. Yeah, she's very idyllic. She's very needed. Nice, peaceful. I didn't bring my camera with me. These were just my phone, but some great wildlife as well. My first crossbills of the winter as such. Like I didn't hear any on Skomer and things, and hearing them now, which is really nice to hear. These little flocks just fluttering past, kind of going from treetop to treetop, beneath all the
It's a
pine
bird
cones
I've
and
never seen
things.
as a crossbill.
They're really lovely.
Yeah, we get them at Sherwood and Budbay and stuff, and I've
Oh
been out
yeah,
looking for them many times and never seen any. So
yeah, I
seems
don't
like
really
a
know how
dipper place, says
common
Pookie. It does look like a dipper place, doesn't it?
does. In my next photo is where I saw a dipper. I don't have a photo, but I did see a dipper, and I was very happy to see them. I do love them a lot. Yeah, I'll go on to my stream picture after my river one, the smaller one. But yeah, I was keeping my eye out for dippers after seeing the first one because I thought this is a good dipper spot, as you're saying, Pookie. But yeah, this was a much smaller watercourse flowing alongside the woodland. Yeah, and just one of the little rocks. Just saw this lovely dipper just perched there. And just that lovely black, like almost jet black colours, but slightly pale and matte. I did try to get a picture on my phone, but it did fly away barnacle. So you just have to believe me, I'm afraid.
There's no apologies needed, Barnacle. No apologies for that one. That was brilliant. Didn't
Yeah, you
happen.
have to take my word for it, I'm afraid.
Please
Yeah,
keep the
Pookie.
puns coming.
No, it's great. But yeah, just managed to just watch a dipper for a lovely minute or so, and then it flew back down the stream past me. But yeah, it was a great dipper place. Also had herons flying past. What else did I have? Gold crests. There's a chaffinches around. Lovely buzzard perched on top of a lamppost, which was next to a dam nearby. Yeah, It's a good day out. I'll go for my waterfall picture next. This is a nice one. So I just went on a quick walk, but I just had to sit next to this little waterfall because it's particularly nice just to sit there. And I think there was a study somewhere where it's like the sounds of flowing water, whether that be like lapping waves or like waterfalls or streams or anything like that, can like help boost mental health and things like that.
Yeah.
I think there's a study somewhere, but yeah, it definitely happened. Well, happened to me, but I definitely went as, oh, I just have to sit and just take a moment here. This lovely cascading waterfall. Take a moment, take a breather, have a little snack and drink. Yeah, lovely woodland.
Can I
And then
just
I'll finish with my.
can I just say those three images? I keep like the way you've taken them. I can actually hear the water movement. It's very cool.
No, it is nice. Yeah, just something about flowing rivers and streams and water that I had missed particularly. So going on this walk, I was like, oh yes, this I just need to absorb it and take it with me, and yeah, much needed walk. But I'll finish with my moss picture because there was some great moss, and I thought everyone here would appreciate it because we all love a bit of moss here. I bet it's noisy in the spring, early summer. Yeah, I can really imagine it. It's because it was pretty noisy, and this was a good few days after
After the
the storm.
rainfall, yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't get too much, so it's probably already all that influence has probably already gone away. But yeah, I can imagine after a big rainstorm that can be very impressive, especially the main river. At my first picture, I think there was this miner's bridge which they had going over, and it was a good 3-4 meters above like the top of the waterline currently, and they're saying like previous dams have been washed away, kind of thing. So walking back along the riverbank, you could see like old like grass and foliage and detritus and things caught in the trees, but like a good head height where you're walking, which is already a meter above the waterline. So you're thinking, wow, this whole valley must have been completely flooded kind of semi recently. Um, yes, it's a lovely moss picture because I thought everyone here would appreciate some moss, and it's good dangly moss and good clean,
Boss.
good moss. But yeah, that's how I got out this week. Lovely little looking, yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. I do like. Look at that. So maybe not directly any animals there, but certainly lots of lovely wildlife and just nature in itself,
Yes,
which is
definitely. Just
always good.
being out surrounded by trees and streams of birds is lovely.
Cool. So we're now going to have a little look through uh, your ones. So like last week, there's going to be a little thing of you'll see some stuff and you'll see all the background things that go on Discord while I'm doing this, and then we'll suddenly disappear. Hello, hello. You only got half my face. Not even half my face. You just get my ear.
It's just me now, guys. I've taken over.
Wildlife encounters. There we go. Okay, so let's go up. A little sneak peek into what you're going to see.
Yet
Where are we?
again, a lovely week.
It's been a fantastic week.
You guys just every week it's.
I can't even remember when it was last. So last week was the 4th. I'm pretty sure we didn't look at these last week, did we? Let's have a look. Here we go.
Podcast said you become half a linnet.
I've become a half limit. I have become the half linnet. Here we go. Look at
your picture.
Look at this. So this is from Pookie. It's a very white buzzard. It is a very white buzzard. Look at that.
Really, so pretty, like creating a different pattern.
That's what I love about buzzards. Is no two look the same, and sometimes you see a buzzard and you go, "What's that?"
Yeah. Surely that's not a. Oh yeah, it is just a buzzard.
Surely that's not a buzzard, and then it is a buzzard. There we go. Cool. Let's move on. There's two buzzards looking at each other. It does almost have osprey vibes, yeah. Barnacle.
I like this one because it looks like they're having a standoff. It's like, wait, no, it's my turn on the field today. No, it's my turn.
A couple of lovely lapwings.
Lovely.
Ooh, great spotted woodpecker. Or is this a middle spot? I think this is a great spotted woodpecker. They were fighting over the poles. Oh, that's
They were
cool.
quite.
Great spot. Thank you, Pookie. Having never actually seen a middle spot, and I know you've posted pictures, I honestly couldn't tell you if I saw a middle spot.
A some spotted woodpecker.
Yeah,
A more, a middle, or lesser.
it's most definitely not a lesser spot.
Yeah. You would know instantly.
I would know. Oh, look at the lovely little brambling. Look at that.
I love this really almost subtle tints of that orangey colour, but it matches almost perfectly to the dead
Yeah,
leaves
it does.
around it. Just blends in really nicely.
That looks
Lovely
like
bird.
a
I'd
lovely
love to see
little
it rambling.
gold crest. I got a really good view of bramblings last year at Sherwood Forest when I was out on a walk there. It's a fire crest. Sorry, Pookie. Yeah, the white stripe above its eye. Yes, Pookie, you're right. White stripe above its eye. I got to remember that.
It's trying to be an Andy pick. It's trying to hide behind a stick, but not quite.
And I think that's a hawfinch. I do think we looked at these images last week now, because I do remember making that same mistake on that fire crest.
Oh no. Come back to haunt you.
It has. A little long-tailed tit. Little floofball.
I love that picture. The way you're kind of looking up at it slightly, and you can just see its tail going on the stick.
It's the blurred branches in the foreground. It must have taken a bit of work to get that focus there, Pookie.
He's going from like leaf to leaf. It's like, oh yes, no, that's the bird. Like, no. Come on, camera, behave.
It is beautifully framed. You're right there, Barnacle.
It really is.
It's a great shot. Lots of duckies. I think these are gadwalls. Are these gadwalls? Yeah, they are gadwalls, yes. Geese. These ones aren't geese. These are the gadwalls. These are the gadwalls here. Yes, there's the geese. And then there's the gadwalls. Tundra bean geese. So I've never seen tundra bean geese either. I have to make my way over to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been there, actually. Cool, right. So that's a little highlight from last week. And then we'll carry on because there's more gadwalls. And a couple of standard... I say standard ducks, but it looks like female mallards there. And then a lovely cormorant.
I love this one. That lovely pale belly look.
I got really surprised the first time I saw cormorant in like fresh water.
Like, wait, you're meant to be at the sea. But no.
Piggy says, I like its feet. It does a very cool feat. The way it's grasping onto that branch as well is very nice. Yeah. Very cool birds.
Very secure looking.
So I watched one at a park fishing, and it was just bobbing around on the top. Then it came down. It came up with a massive trout. I think it was a rainbow trout. And I just wasn't fast enough to get the camera on it while it gobbled it down because it went down so fast.
It's not waiting for the camera. Straight down there.
There we go. Cool, right. So this is from the 6th. This is an edited... I edited this photo of the crowned Aeolus I found rock pooling the other day, says Nathan. There we go. Look at that.
Proper, like, space alien looking.
What a shot.
Animal here.
Little flecks of sand around it as well.
So cool.
That's a great pic. I might have to go through all the wildlife encounter pics and choose my favourite for the year.
Ooh, you're going to be there a while, I can
I'm going to be
guarantee.
checking for a while. So this is from Barnacle Bum. As you can see, she has no trees on her island. A
But
smattering of
plenty of
shell
ducks.
ducks and other wader friends. There we go. Look at that. Some lovely shell ducks and wader friends. Very cool. What's on the Andy picture? There we go.
Amazing.
So there's an Andy pic here. Can you guess what it
I was
is?
looking for a good 5 minutes, and I was struggling to even see where the
So I
bird
can
was,
see
let
where it
alone what
is. The
type.
bird's there.
The dark blob, amongst
Yeah.
the paler blobs.
I saw a cormorant fly by there today, followed by goldfinches. Thought it was a funny combo. Were the goldfinches chasing it, Barnacle? That'd have been even better.
They wanted the fish.
Yeah, so it's just here. So I was looking at it and 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 looking at it. Goldfishes. And I honestly couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe a thrush of some
And then
sort. Like I
and
could see
then
a pale bit, but
Nathan
no.
got it. Nathan got it,
Hmm.
and it is the second picture makes it far more obvious with the barred back. You did, Nathan. Yeah, lovely barred back there for our lesser spotted woodpecker. But you can see how difficult they are to see, even from this image. How difficult they
Yeah,
are. And remember, this bird is as small, roughly the same size as a sparrow. They're tiny little
disappears.
things. So great find, Pookie. And I loved that little competition. I saw the
Hmm.
spots and there wasn't red on the bomb, so guessed lesser spotted.
Advances. Good deduction.
Thistle saying, "Oh wow, I wouldn't have guessed it." We're moving on to some phenomenal pictures of a kingfisher by Nathan. Look at this.
So lovely. Being able to see the detail in the crown on the edge of the wing of
Yeah.
that mottled,
How
speckly
close were you,
pale
Nathan?
shiny dust
How close were you? Honestly.
in the same tree by the looks of things. Reach out and touch it.
And then can you tell if it's a male or a female?
Oh, that's true. Was it the yellow tip?
No, 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 no.
If there is, isn't.
So
Oh
it's the
no.
lower bill on the beak.
Oh yes. Oh, I can't remember which way around it is.
I'm pretty
Is it
sure
all?
I'm pretty sure this is a male. I'm pretty sure it's all black for the male.
Okay, I was
And then
thinking that
and
as
then the
well.
female has an orange slash reddish lower bill. It was more or less right in front of me while I was in the hide. It's a male black bill.
Cool.
And Pookie's gone very thing. He said adult. So what's the difference again, Pookie? You have said this before, but it slipped my mind. So how can you tell the difference between a juvenile and an adult? Their stubby wee tails are so cute. They are. I love the beautiful stripe down its back.
Mm.
I just honestly just it's gorgeous. I honestly first thought like the whole thing was the same color as the wing, and then when I saw the one I the one I captured in Bath and I saw that stripe, I was like, oh wow.
Mm.
So we'll move on to some other images. There we go.
I love watching them as well. You can just it feels like you can see their brain working as they're just looking around,
White,
scanning the
yeah,
water.
white tip on the beak. So the tip of the beak would be white, and it'd say be a young bird.
Maybe that sounds
Fantastic.
confusing.
I need to remember that. I need to ingrain that into my memory, Pookie. Thank you. Looks like it's spotted a fishy. I'd move branch. Oh, there you go. Also feet. So darker in colour is young. Red orange is an adult. Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so definitely an adult because of the red orange feet. Or ask its birthday.
How old are you? Tiny toes. It's barnacle.
Oh, beautiful red wing. Look at that.
Mm.
The lovely little orangey red. You definitely don't want to see the picture I just added to Wildlife Encounter Center. Well, we're going to get to it, Birder Chris. We're going to get
Uh-oh.
to it. We're back to the kingfisher. Right, here's Pooks. This is weather and health have been horrible, so not a lot of pictures. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Pookie. This is from yesterday. A lovely little wren. I can never get a picture of a wren. They never sit still long enough.
Yeah. You see, it's gone. It's like bounce, bounce, bounce.
Yeah,
Meow,
I get my
flies.
camera on it and then it disappears.
Yeah.
And they're so dinky as well.
Mm.
Oh, a nice little dunnock there. Oh, kestrel.
Barnacle have pictures of them in my house.
It's beautiful female kestrel. Just look at it.
What about?
That's like an amazing scene as well. Just sat there, right on the tip of a
Like
broken
broken
tree.
twig.
Oh, just phenomenal. Great shot, Bookie.
Still try to sneak in through the windows as barnacle. I love that. Yeah, you love how the tree looks like a hand. It does. It's almost like it's like holding the kestrel, almost like touch on my finger.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Cool. So from Barnacle says no pick, but I spooked a snipe in the garden earlier. Your garden, Barnacle. The first I've heard in a while. Naturally, the snipe dashing off with a screech startled both myself and a rabbit out in the dark. Okay, here we go. Here's Birder Chris. View from the office, wonderful widgeon just outside the window. Plus also the view from the cafe. Well, it's a bird. There we go, look at that. Some lovely widgeon. And then the spoiler. Oh, look at that.
It is a bird. He's not wrong.
There's birds in the background too.
That's true, there's double birds.
Is it a homemade cookie, Chris? Is it a homemade cookie? Or biscuit that goes in the top of that lovely cream? Lesser spotted biscuit burb.
Highlight of the year.
Of course, excellent. And the mince pies homemade as well. Oh, gingerbread latte. I'm not a coffee drinker, I'm afraid. You need to tell me you need to do Black Forest hot chocolates as well. Black Forest hot chocolates. So that's obviously hot chocolate and cherry syrup with cream on top and a flake. Ooh, thank you very much. Leslie Krieger.
Oh, hi, Leslie.
Hi, Leslie. Thank you for joining us. We're very well, thank you. We're looking at the wonderful gingerbread latte and homemade mince pie that you can get at RSPB Frampton Marshes. Making us very jealous.
Also, if we go back to other Widgeon picture,
This one.
which brother Chris sent from the office, all those dots in the background, Widgeon,
Well, they're certainly all
because I was
birds.
looking. That's true. Hope people birds. There's just so many. Like the more I see, the more there are, and they're like even in like the very tippy top of the right, there's just like an island. Like that's not an island. That's just birds. I mostly lapwing. Wow, that's amazing. The number of birds. Midges on the window, says Punk. Yeah, just like 10 widgeon and the rest is midges all sitting on the window. All going for that cookie and latte, I gotta say. I heard good things. I'm excited to see what the next count of many birds seen at Frampton Marsh is going to be. We had widgeon and hooper swan. Oh, we had 3,000 golden plover land there today, but I was too busy, couldn't take a photo.
Oh,
That's amazing.
it is.
I feel like I've seen like maybe several hundred at a wetland near me, but 3,000 must be incredible.
It is. Okay,
Wow.
so let's see. I'm trying to find you on Twitter at the moment. Let's see. Krieger.
No, that's weak source. We do much better than 3,000.
E-G-E-R.
I was to say, so it's like it was surprising. It was just so few golden plovers.
There we go. Hold on. Just a few. Now that's weak sauce. We do much better than 3,000.
Just showing off now.
It is just showing off.
So, have you had any good wildlife encounters recently, Leslie? So you've had like a mix of woodlands, wetlands. Also had like garden birds. It's like a really nice mix.
I just want to sit in a hide watching caterpillars. Would the caterpillars be in the hide with you on branches that have been put there? Like, so it was built inside, like the tree branches inside and plants and everything inside,
Cool.
and all the caterpillars were on there. That'd be ace, wouldn't it?
You like one window, you're like looking out to the wetland, and then you just turn around and say, here's the caterpillars in like invert section.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Oh my god, yes, that's fun. God, I do love caterpillars. I can't remember the last time I've seen a caterpillar.
Birds are absolutely banned. That's why you need to have it inside the hide. Okay, so you have all that inside the hide, and there's lovely windows looking out, and you can see what's going on outside and get all the birds outside. That sounds like heaven to
you
me.
stand outside the hide looking in. And you just look in.
No, you would be in the hide with all the caterpillars and butterflies and moths and stuff that would appear.
That would be
And
cool.
then you'd be looking out at the birds.
And you've got like the moth trap set outside, and then you've got like the catch from the previous night all set up, and that'd be cool.
And as Pookie's pointed out, you've got indoor butterfly gardens. It'd
True.
look like a Hitchcock movie looking out. As they're all looking in, going, food.
You just open the hatch, it's like, oh, okay, no, it's closed that again. The birds licking their lips. It's the Burp Cafe. It's their version of a gingerbread. Oh, was it gingerbread biscuit? That was a homemade biscuit and a gingerbread latte. Very festive.
Cool. Right, shall we move on to our wildlife encounters? Not wildlife encounters, we've just done wildlife encounters. Our species focus.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, do you want to go with yours first?
I will go with mine then. Okay, so mine that today are some lovely starlings. Oh, I should really bring us back onto the screen as well. There we go. Some lovely starlings. Look at them all. Now, this was pictures taken at dusk, and the camera is very much fighting against the darkness or the fading light. It looks like a seal colony, yeah. So again, this is at RSPB Frampton Marsh. And just past the waters, the other side of the water here, Birder Chris is stood, although you can't see Birder Chris, obviously.
Behind all the starlings.
Because
I really
I
like
was very
them.
close to the visitor centre at this point, and he was closer to Centre Hyde. So
I do like how the like it being dark and using like a higher shutter speed, you can feel the motion and like the
yeah,
constant busyness of the flock. I like that a lot. Like some you can see just reasonably still and they're preening themselves, and others like washing, so they're like blood wings, and others are like flying through the air. I like that a lot.
so this is the thing that we go to see, the thing that we know starlings for, uh, and you get to see quite a lot this time of year. It's a relatively small one. It did get a lot bigger,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a starling murmuration.
So cool.
And this is quite early on. You say
Mm.
it got a lot larger.
Just amazing
Yeah,
thing
it's
to
just
watch.
so good to
Just
watch.
watch them forever.
Yeah, so good to watch.
Yeah, Barnacle says there's a beach here which is fab for watching starlings and a gazillion other birds feeding in the tangle. It's funny watching their politics.
There we go. Right, we'll move back to the picture and I will tell you a little bit about starlings. First off, I'm going to let you listen to the wonderful little.
What chat is it?
So here we go. Hopefully this works.
It's very robotic, like electronic. Yeah, very odd sounds if you're not realizing what you're hearing sometimes. Pure purple.
There we go.
R2D2 birds are
Yeah.
creepy. The bleeps and blops.
So smaller than blackbirds, starlings have a short tail, pointed head and triangular wings. In their breeding plumage, they look black at the distance. When seen closer, they are very glossy, with a sheen of purples and greens. Stunning. Their feathers are also flecked with white, and this is especially noticeable in their winter plumage, which is more brown with many bright white spots. Starling flight is fast and direct, and they walk and run confidently on the ground. Noisy and social, starlings spend a lot of the year in flocks. They are fantastic mimics and can make a huge variety of tweets, cheeps, clicks, and burrs. So one of the most common garden birds, its decline elsewhere makes it red listed species. I had four of these wee rat bags on my curtain rail once. It is perhaps best known for its squabbling behaviour at bird feeders and the huge flocks which form dancing murmurations during the winter. At close quarters, the dark-looking starling is a colourful bird. We've already read that bit. Mainly feeds on soil invertebrates, although it commonly visits garden feeders. Starlings often nest uh, in the eaves of our houses, where their song, full of the masterful mimicry of other birds and even machines, can be fully appreciated. Starlings can be found across Britain and Ireland except for the highest peaks. Numbers increase dramatically during the winter months when birds arrive from northern Europe, and larger roosts can number over 1 million birds. The species is on the UK Red List to a sharp breeding population decline since the 1960s.
It's 1 million birds, that's insane.
Excuse me. So there we go. Right. What we're looking for? We're looking for productivity and nesting. Excellent. So first clutch is laid around about the middle of April. And the clutch size is 4 to 5 eggs, with an incubation period of about 2 weeks and a fledging period of up to 3 weeks.
Wow.
The incubation is done by male and female as well, which we haven't had for a while. It's normally just the female that incubates from the birds I've been talking about. Survival and longevity. Okay, so
Ooh.
back into chat again. How long do we think the maximum age from ringing
Ooh.
is for a starling?
Do we get given the average or not?
I can give you a typical lifespan.
Okay.
It's 5 years with the breeding typically at 2.
Okay. I'm thinking like 11 or so, around
So
11.
you're going 11 years, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
think
Barker.
that's
We'll
like a
check that out
reasonable amount.
shortly. Pookie's saying 9. Birdicris saying 12.
20.
Nathan's
for
gone
Nathan.
20, okay. That's a strong choice. I like it. Barker Bob's got even stronger with 32.
You believe in the starlings. Yeah, I can stick around like around 10. 11. I think 11's a good shout.
The starling's age, not yours, at Barker Bob. My ass off, Chris. Brilliant. Okay, here we go. So the closest is Nathan.
Oh, well done, Nathan.
It's 17 years, 7 months, and 25 days, which was set in 2001.
Wow. So
So
over
we're,
3 times its average.
yeah, so we're getting a lot of surprises with the age of some of these birds, which is just phenomenal. I don't have to look up this one, Barnacle. I don't have to listen to this one. So in Gaelic, they're called Druid. Druid.
Oh.
Spelt the same
Wow.
as Druid. Yeah, Druid.
I imagine there's a link between
Possibly.
the two. I wonder which one was named after which, if they were named after. Huh.
It sounds like Druch. Okay. So it's not Druid, it's Druch. Druch.
It's very cool.
We get rare rosy starlings as well. We had a rosy starling in Nottingham last year, and I knew the street it was on and everything, and I just didn't get time to go and see it.
Oh no.
It was there for about 4 or 5 days.
I'm just waiting for you, Andy.
It was. So in Welsh it's Drydwen. Drydwen.
Love you.
In Dutch it's Sprue. I think it's Sprue. Spreeuw. Sprue. 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 In German it's just Star.
Oh. Simple stuff.
Yeah. So there we go. That is the wonderful starling. I'll put the murmuration on again.
Oh, go on.
Just because it's such a cool thing.
It's lovely. Their names sound like this, the noise that they make. Yeah, what could be from it?
It's just so cool. Like, I'm guesstimating here, but I reckon there's over 1,000 birds in that one.
I'd say so, yeah, that looks large enough for that. Funny wee mimics too.
They are. I've been listening to them quite a lot in the last couple of days, because they're like sitting on top of houses on the aerials, singing away, calling each other and stuff. But there we
No,
go.
there's like a small flock that would roost just outside one of the hides when I was on Skoma. And when I was there, like most sunsets, you could just hear them going to roost and just chittering and chattering away. And it's a lovely, lovely sound to hear.
Yeah, indeed they are. Excellent. So, on to yours.
Gone to my one. My one, it's like a common bird, and I wanted to concentrate more on behavior they do. Because I was walking to work one day, and on one of the lawns I was walking past, there were two herring gulls doing little tippy taps and tap dances. Or I'm not. What do people call that? Because I've heard quite a few different like names for it, like tap dancing or like doing a jig. Or I'm just curious if there's like colloquial, like local names, things like that. Um, but I always love watching them do this. It's very sweet and cute. But I want to touch a bit more on that um, because I think there are a few. Some people like know what they do, and some people have like different ideas of why they do it. Um, yeah, I want to touch on that a bit more. So there were a few suggestions put forward by scientists explaining the behavior. Used to be thought that, um, like it was pretty early on that we thought and understood that it was to attract worms to the surface. But then we're thinking, why do the worms come to the surface with them performing an action in the first place? So I think early on, scientists thought that they were coming up to the surface to mate, but only a few of the about 7,000 species of earthworm come up to mate on the solar surface. So another explanation is that it's kind of the drumming of the rain being similar to vibrations made by burrowing predators such as moles. So when they feel the vibrations, the worms move upwards, kind of away from the perceived threat. But it's mainly been dismissed now. And we know that from observation, the worms rise even in very light drizzle, when any vibrations would be imperceptible. So, most recent and followed theory is that worms are migrating to find fresh territories. So, moving around in soil is slow and takes lots of energy, even for earthworms. So, traveling over ground is easier and much longer distances can be covered, but they can only do this when it rains. Although there's a risk of them drying out or getting eaten by birds and other predators, with many behaviors driven by evolution, there is a payoff. As the worms do make it, they have a better chance of survival in their new home. I just heard it called paddling as well, but I like that. Paddling's a nice phrase for it. Um, yes, there's the art of worm charming or worm grunting or word fiddling, which here in North Wales there's even like a little competition, which I think is like become like a national thing where people from all other countries in the world come over. I think it was like a few months ago, and you get like your own. I think it's like you get like two 2 meters square or something like that. You know, try and attract as many worms and things like that. Herring gulls do it very well, and I have only seen herring gulls do this. I'm sure other gulls do this as well. But what I did know is that it's also been observed in woodcocks, ducks, thrushes, blackbirds, and robins, as well as wood turtles, which are a North American turtle species. Yeah, I didn't realize that many species of birds and even non-birds perform this as well. And apparently, Nicholas Tinbergen, a Dutch ornithologist who won the 1973 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, along with Carl von Frisch and Konrad Lorenz, for their discoveries concerning organization and elicitation of individual and social behavioral patterns, put forward the idea that the dancers learned behavior from older gulls, teaching younger girls the movements. Environmental factors also influence the behavior, as it is more often seen in birds that have to supplement their diet or who have moved inland from the coast. I thought that was a very cool little detail to have there. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that behavior because I think it's quite common knowledge, but some people might not be aware. And I just it was something I saw recently and wanted to touch on. So I do love them. But as we're here with the herring gull, I thought we'd also see with its longevity, um, survival longevity, how old do you think the maximum recorded age of a herring gull is?
I'm gonna go with 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
Argo sticking with the 32.
Mm-hmm. I can give an average if we wanted.
Go on
I
then.
would tell people typical lifespan is 12 years, with breeding typically at 4 years of age.
I've got
So
to
any
remember that
other
wisdom
guesses?
isn't a gull. She's an albatross. She's
Hmm.
73, 74 is her estimated age.
Which is crazy.
Just nuts. I'm sticking with my 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with 22.
Any other guesses?
Just pondering.
Hmm.
The video audio is loud and you're very low at the. Okay, I said
Oh
something.
no.
Oh, maybe I've done it the wrong way. Haha.
Oh no.
I did it the wrong way. Thank you, Pookie. I'm sticking with 22.
Yeah.
Pookie saying
Okay.
27.
27.
So right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Well, the answer is 49,
Wow.
which is old.
So that's the
So
oldest
average of
bird.
12.
That's the oldest
Oldest
bird that we've
recorded.
had so far. Because before that, it was the oyster catcher at 41.
Hmm. It's very impressive.
So 49 years old.
Yeah.
That's a lot of paddling, says
Yeah.
Barnacle.
49 years of non-stop paddling. Yeah, that's something I wanted to touch on a bit more for my species highlight. Bring the herring gull.
Wow. It's just one of those things that you just don't think that they live that long.
Yeah, I think especially in urban areas,
Yeah.
the gulls' diets um, are supplemented with kind of human waste a lot, and that does shorten their age quite considerably. Lots of studies showing urban gulls have much shorter lifespan on average compared to rural gulls, and even quite rural ones like some of the ones on the Skomas, like the greater blackbacks, lesser blackbacks, things like that. We were still finding plenty of human waste as such, like plastic and things, because they just fly over to the mainland into landfill and come back, which is very surreal almost. Because you think, oh no, it's lovely, pristine. The gulls are not getting affected by human pollution as much as the urban gulls, but they're just flying to the same
Yeah.
landfills lots of ones in the city are. So
Yeah, it's
mm.
crazy. And then in Worcester, so I'm pretty sure it's Worcester Council, I read that they've authorised the spending of money to eradicate gulls from Worcester itself.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Now they're not going to go out and kill them, but they're going to try and stop them from nesting. So just, basically putting up spikes and all that kind of stuff in known nesting spots, and then if
Mm.
more nest, then they'll
Eradicate the humans as well.
eradicate the humans. Well, hearing what
Only
our deputy prime minister said this week, why should newts have more rights than people who need to have homes? They're not. Their argument is that if the place is a good place to build a house, then they're going to let it
mm.
happen.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing to hear.
It was.
Saying it's not anything else. It's the newts are the one problem with the housing. I think that's the one barrier to the housing crisis as such.
It was pointed out that if they do that in areas that newts stay, then the houses are probably flood.
It's true.
Because the newts obviously like wet ground.
Yeah.
So that's normally like ponds, rivers.
Yeah, like natural
Lakes,
depressions where it would be
floodplains,
constantly moist.
all that kind of stuff. And you're going to build a house in these locations, and well, with the way the weather's going,
Hmm.
you know what I mean.
It's gonna get more, yeah, more wet, more dry, more dramatic as such.
It's just crazy, 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 crazy. Anyway, moving on to news. We haven't done news yet.
True.
Let's crack on with the news. Haha, right.
I've got like a good news and then a fun thing to end with.
So, well, I do my two first, and then you can do your
Yeah.
two and yours, and then we'll finish with the fun thing, yeah? Listen to nature, it's been around a lot longer than us. It's very true, Barnacle. It's very true. And we've got to remember as well that if these things didn't exist, we wouldn't exist either.
Yeah, there's a reason they're still around, and now that they're having problems, we're having problems. Surprise, surprise.
Pookie says I can guess the news item. Ooh, go on then, Pookie.
Oh, I'm excited now.
I am. Looking forward to this guess. 74-year-old albatross, maybe. No, it's not. It's not. Has there been something about wisdom, is there? Because we talked about wisdom last week. My first one is from Bird Guides, though. Was she not featured last week? She was. Oh no, what am I doing? I've still got that going. What's going on? Let's go
Can't
back.
stop the paddling.
I can't stop the paddling. The paddling is taking over. There we go. Right, we'll come. So Rosetta Tern bounces back after bird flu. So having been ravaged by highly pathogenic avian influenza in recent summers, Coquet Island's important Rosetta Tern population has enjoyed a successful breeding season in 2024. A record number of 191 chicks hatched on the island off the Northumberland coast this summer, with a 92% going on to fledge. That's a huge success rate.
Wow.
Despite this positive outcome, the RSPB said it was too early to say if it was a sign of recovery from the bird flu outbreak of 2022 and 2023. Bouncing back from bird flu. It is not known exactly how many Rosetta Terns died during those years, but surveys revealed a 21% drop in the Coquet Island population since the outbreak. The number of the birds returning to nests in 2024 was also lower than in recent years. The RSPB said the recovery process for the terns could take many years, and the bird flu had not gone away. Stephen Westerberg, RSPB Northumberland Coast Site Manager, said knowing the birds had such a successful breeding gave the team great hope for the future. He said there are still lots of unknowns though, and we could see outbreaks of avian influenza in subsequent breeding seasons at Coquet. Nothing else there. Look at that beautiful bird. Absolutely stunning.
No, terns are just gorgeous things.
Yeah.
I have little tiny feet, little stubby legs. So cute.
There we go. So that's the first news story from me.
So nice to. At least this year hasn't been another awful year of bird flu. But as it says in the article, it's not like a hooray, everything's fine now. It's places are in long, long recovery periods, and some places have had such awful consequences that they might not even recover and things like that. So
Yeah,
it's nice to have a break.
because
So,
unlike humanity, who have lots of scientists out there and pharmacists out there trying to find a cure for a pandemic, there's nobody trying to find a cure for the pandemic of the bird flu, really.
hmm.
You know,
It
there's
hasn't been bad enough to kind of wipe out poultry
well,
populations,
yeah,
which
well,
is
yeah.
when
That's
people would
I think that's the
start, oh
big
no,
one,
we
isn't
can't
it?
make money off of it.
Yeah.
So now we'll start to invest in looking for a cure and things. So,
Glad you said that. Anyway, moving on to the next one, also from Bird Guides. First for bird news. Is largest known yellow-breasted bunting roost found in Myanmar. This is very cool. So it's obviously nothing to do with the UK, but I thought this was quite exciting. So ornithologists have discovered the largest known roost of the critically endangered yellow-breasted bunting. Until 2024, the IUCN considered the status of the species to be least concern. However, not 2024, 2004. Since 2004, it has been rapidly uplisted to critically endangered due to precipitous drop in population size and a major change range contraction. The buntings, which traditionally winter in huge flocks, were being trapped in unsustainable quantities across Southeast Asia and sold for food. It is known as the rice bird in China, where most buntings were being caught. The dramatic decline observed in the once superabundant bunting attracted worldwide media attention when the shocking findings of a major study were published in 2015. An estimated 95% of its entire population had disappeared in just 2 to 3 decades, along with a range contraction of around 5,000 kilometres, placing it at severe risk of extinction. Look at the beautiful bird. That is a stunning bird.
hmm.
Bunting bouncing back. Recently, surveys in Siberia suggested some population stabilisation, and now significant roost counts have been made in the species' wintering range in Southeast Asia. As reported by Ornithomedia, it is cute, barnacle. A team of ornithologists presented the results of their counts carried out between January and June 2023 in the Kyon Ka Pien Tap Sake Conservation Area. That's a mouthful. Located in the Irrawaddy Delta in Myanmar, where yellow-breasted bunting congregates in reed beds outside the summer months. The results published in an article in Bird in Asia showed, in January, February, March and April, counts of 4,830, 6,312, 6,226 and 6,378 birds were made respectively, exceptional figures that exceed the largest known concentration in Southern Asia. However, the authors pointed out that there are threats in the wintering area, with meadows set on fire to be cultivated, reeds cut for domestic use, and nets set to capture birds, despite legislation that prohibits the killing of capturing of many species. These results highlight the national and potentially global importance of the Kyon Ka Pien Tap Sake Conservation Area for the conservation of yellow-breasted bunting. Furthermore, several other sites in the region remain unexplored and are also likely to provide suitable feeding and roosting habitats. There's a little video here. Should we watch this? Turn the volume down. That's quite lovely. That's quite lovely. So there
I'm
we go.
impressed with whoever counted all of those.
Yeah.
Looks like a particularly hard place to count. But yeah, love a really nice bit of good news.
So 2 pieces of good news. One here at home. Simon is my guest as Barnacle.
This guy's a good counter. We've got to get him out of here for counting these buntings.
Yes,
I've also got some good news.
you do.
I wanted to go for something storm related because we had our storm, and I remembered there was a paper published back in July when I wasn't here which I thought was really cool. So I want to talk about that now. It'll be a nice storm-related bit of science and thing. So I love my seabirds, so I had to talk about this one as well. This was back in July. So early July, this paper was released on the new study reveals oceanic seabirds chase tropical cyclones. So a new study published today, but this was back in July, in Current Biology, Oceanic Seabirds Chase Tropical Cyclones, reveals that the rare Desertus petrels, or Pterodroma deserta, a wide-ranging seabird in the North Atlantic, exhibit unique foraging behaviors during hurricane season. Contrary to other pelagic seabirds, these petrels do not avoid intense tropical cyclones, but instead exploit the dynamic conditions for their benefit, providing new insights into the impact of cyclones on open ocean marine life. Initial studies suggested that seabirds either circumnavigate cyclones or seek refuge in the calm of the eye. However, the Desertus petrels we tracked did neither. Instead, 1/3 of them follow the cyclone for days, covering thousands of kilometers, said Francesco Ventura, lead author and a postdoc investigator in biology at the Woods Hole Oceanic Institute, or WHOI. When we saw the data, we nearly fell off our chairs. This is the first time we have observed this behavior. It's striking how well the birds know how to exploit the large-scale wind conditions over the North Atlantic for their travels, says Caroline Amenhofer, Associate Scientist, Physical Oceanography at WHOI. When you overlay the petrels' foraging trips on top of average winds, it's a very close match. The Desertus petrels nest on the Bugio Islands in Portugal, located off the western coast of North Africa. This island hosts the only known nesting colony of these pigeon-sized seabirds in the world, with fewer than 200 pairs residing on a plateau surrounded by steep cliffs. During their 6-month breeding season, Desertus petrels embark on extraordinary foraging journeys, often spending weeks at sea and flying round trips of up to 7,500 miles across the Atlantic in search for food.
Wow.
They belong to the genus Pterodroma, which means wings on the run. We correlated the birds' locations with intensifying storm conditions, including waves of up to 8 meters high and wind speeds of 100 kilometers per hour, which is insane.
60 miles per hour.
Upon encountering strong winds, the birds reduced ground speed, likely by spending less time in flight to avoid injury to their wings. In addition, the wakes of the storms provided predictably favorable wind conditions with higher tailwind support than alternative routes. Impressively, none of the birds we tracked were harmed by the storms, and there was no incidence of nest desertion. The petrels pursue small fish, squid, and crustaceans that typically dwell at depths of 600 to 3,000 feet. Since they cannot dive to such depths, these birds have to wait until nightfall when their prey ascends closer to the surface. As we've now discovered, Desertus petrels follow hurricanes, where prey have accumulated closer to the surface in the wakes of the storms, says Amenhofer. The study shows that cyclone wakes provided enhanced foraging conditions with sharp drops in the sea surface temperature and striking increases in surface chlorophyll. These changes suggest enhanced ocean mixing and productivity, which presumably increases prey abundance and accessibility for surface-feeding petrels. On the interesting aspects of the interaction of a tropical cyclone and the ocean is the intense vertical mixing in the upper ocean layers caused by very strong winds and huge breaking seas, says Philip Richardson, Emeritus Physical Oceanography at WHOI and a co-author on the paper. The cyclonic winds can cause a divergence in the upper layer that moves cooler, deeper water towards the surface. The cyclones present a highly valuable foraging opportunity for Desertus petrels because the storms churn up mesopelagic prey from deep within the vertical column, giving the seabirds an easy meal at the surface, explained Ventura. While storms are typically seen as destructive, particularly in coastal areas, our research reveals that functional perturbance driven by storms can create new opportunities. We're advancing our understanding of how petrels navigate the open ocean to find food. We now have a fresh perspective on hurricanes' impact on marine ecosystems through the eyes of an apex predator, says Amenhofer. This study provides valuable insights into the resilience and foraging strategies of pelagic seabirds in the face of extreme weather events. While cyclones are known to dramatically affect oceanic and coastal ecosystems, The impacts on pelagic marine life are poorly understood. This research reveals how higher predators like desertus petrels adapt their foraging strategies in a dynamic ocean environment and utilize cyclone-induced oceanographic changes to their advantage. So I thought this was a really cool paper when it came out. Yeah, just very cool things. And I would have loved to have seen their reactions when they found they were just chasing storms. That was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, talk about taking advantage of an opportunity. Clever birds. It is very cool, just the evolution of it. Kind of getting trapped in a storm or following a storm. It's like, oh wow, it's quite good actually, good for food. I'll come back here.
there's not many pairs though, and it says like worldwide. It's like 200 pairs. Was it 200 pairs
I think so.
that I read? Oh, that
Yeah,
you read out.
yeah, Bugio Island in Portugal, with fewer than 200 pairs residing on the plateau.
Yeah.
The only known nesting colony. Yeah. So there's very few of these birds.
Yeah, so you're looking at like 400 to 600 birds or something like that then. That is crazy.
Yeah.
There's probably in Frampton Marsh.
Count several thousand of them by next week. But yeah, I thought that was a really cool paper. I saw this article when I was on SCOMA, and there were some of the researchers there looking into like foraging trips of the Manx shearwaters there. So this was very cool to be like, here's another seabird which we didn't really know much about, and they do something really cool. So hopefully, because we put some of the first trackers on kittiwakes, because we don't really know where they go over winter. So that study's in progress. So hopefully we'll hear about that in the next few years, about knowing where they go in the winter. And then there's been lots of research going on with the Manx shearwater foraging, like where they go to forage, for how long, how far, things like that, because we don't really know much about that. So yeah, it's very cool. Seabird navigation and foraging things are just awesome. Taps David Attenborough, that make for a fab documentary. It really would. I mean, the film crew probably wouldn't be having a great time. Like, cool, let's go into this hurricane and find one of these like 600 birds worldwide in a hurricane. But that would be awesome to see, though. Like seabirds like flying and diving into the sea in like 8-meter waves.
I'm not sure they'd do it.
Here's like an artist rendition. CGI.
They'd probably show them off on the island, nesting and stuff, but they wouldn't do much else.
Like nice sunny Portuguese island. Little do they know.
There we go.
Flying to the North Atlantic. Yeah, that was my main news story. And then I wanted to finish with a nice kind of silly, uplifting thing.
Well, we did.
Even though we have had some good news.
We did one of these last week as well. Not this one. We did like the World Photographer of the Year Awards images, which is very nice. This one's very cool though.
Yeah, this one is from the BBC Wildlife magazine. Crash landings, stock squirrels, and smooching owlets. Here are the funniest wildlife photos of the year. So there's thousands of entries into the Nikon Comedy Wildlife Awards every year, and the 2024 winners have been announced. So I thought, well, we'll end it with this very fun list of photos.
It's just like
Yeah.
It's what this image reminds me of. It reminds me of Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner, and poor Wile E. Coyote stuck in a tree.
Like shaking camera and things.
That's exactly what it reminds me of when I see it. It's brilliant.
Legs stuck in like dong. I think there was a description about this one. A few meters from the hide, an old cut tree has a hole, an old woodpecker's nest, and here the squirrels sometimes come out of curiosity to check out the old hollow tree. The shot I chose to submit immediately struck me with a strange position assumed by the squirrel that seems to be stuck halfway in the hole of the tree. But in reality, it is the moment at which it is detaching the support on its hind legs and enters the hole. So that one. So that's the overall winner by Milko Marchetti, which was taken in Poderi Pantaleon Park. I butchered that pronunciation. I do apologize. In Bagnacavola, Ravenna, in Italy. Again, I apologize for my pronunciation. Milko Marchetti in Italy. There we go. So that's the overall winner, and then I think were there other categories?
Yeah, so the winner.
Oh, so these are the short lists. The other photos are from the short list for winning. So you got the Smooching Owlets, which was by I can't. Sarthak Rang
Ranganahan.
Ranganahan.
Ranganadhan.
It's lovely. I love the light in that one.
Yeah. I'm liking what we're showing of the next image as well. It's just a couple of eyes poking over the top.
Shows it quite well.
It does actually. Awkward smiley frog.
Kingston Tam. You really feel like it's just staring into your soul.
This is Hypnotoad from Futurama.
I love that one.
So cool. Oh, this one. So Fox with the zoomies. This is a video, so we put this on.
By Kevin Lohman.
That is brilliant. I'm putting that on again. That is so good.
Yeah, it just really can tell, like almost like personalities and anthropomorphizing that, just like having fun and just being goofy. Looks frosty as well. Cool. It does. Maybe it's due. I don't know. Maybe it's like frosty and it just feels nice to roll about in.
Yeah, I think that's Frosty.
Itchy
And
backs is pretty
yeah,
good scratch.
it's obviously doing it for a reason more than like it might be doing it for fun because it's slippy and it can do that.
True.
But it reminds me of a cat on catnip. Look at that face as well. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous things.
It's like Fox with the zoomies. Okay, next one.
Whiskered Turn Crash on Landing by Damian Petkov.
That's pretty cool.
Which looks quite painful. Hopefully they're okay. The other term seems very unfazed.
Can you imagine if that's how they land every single time?
Gotta have a strong neck if that's how they've worked out. Yeah, this is the safest and best way we can land.
And also
head first.
capturing that shot as well. That's like
yeah. I can feel that. Oof, it's pun. And the next one we got Mantis Flamenca by Jose Miguel Galagon Molina.
He's like, give me a hug.
Amazing patterns.
Yeah.
I haven't appreciated patterns on a mantis like that before.
Didn't realise they had like wings and stuff.
Yeah, like almost like butterfly-like pattern.
It's fun to be at the YMCA.
Mantis down at karaoke.
You know what, Burger Chris? So its arms at the top of the Y with its body coming down. Its legs are M.
Oh, like The
Okay.
body's a
The
C.
body's the C. I'm just looking for the A. I can't quite see an A.
Hmm.
Look, he's in a few too many shandies. It's a smile on its face.
Yeah, like upside down smiley on its face, maybe. The full YMCA.
Yeah, that's really good. Really good. Yeah, we've seen the red squirrel with his feet sticking out. Overall winner, stuck squirrel. It's very cool. Oh, hello. Look at that.
The Shake, Ruffle, Rattle, and Roll by Tapani Linenmaki. Very fluffy burb. Bad feather day.
Mm.
It does look like it's like woken up on the wrong side of the nest or something like that.
Frog in a balloon.
Scuba diving.
It's like the frogs can only breathe underwater. Okay, so it's popping its head up and it's created a balloon of water around its head to keep it breathing. Obviously, it's an amphibian and it breathes through its skin. But
Sort of like water pocket. Mantis is Saturday night, burb is Sunday morning.
next one, this was quite amusing as well. Unexpected role swap.
Oh, I can't even pronounce that. Zimaislor Jakubsisk. Oh, I am butchering all of the pronunciations today. But a wonderful photo. I wonder if there's like a second bird which dropped it, or if it's the same bird that dropped it and then somehow like swooped low then it's falling.
So if you look behind at the bottom right of the image, you'll see what
Oh, is it
looks like the
jumped out
fish
the
has jumped out the
water?
water.
Oh, yeah, because actually rolls like hunter becomes a hunted. Wow, that's impressive.
Or the bird has tried to take the fish, hasn't quite
Oh, it's
got
like
it,
swooped and
it's come down, it's taken it, and it's come up again. It hasn't quite got it, and it's the fish has just escaped.
great picture then. And then
Dancing
there's
to the
this
music. So this is a multi-image.
my Flynn Tai Tanandilop.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dancing to the
dun,
music,
dun,
rock
dun, dun,
guitar, roly
dun, dun,
poly, and weightlifting.
dun,
What a
dun.
series.
That's brilliant.
Mm.
You can view all the winning photographs at the gallery at Oxo Tower Wharf, Barge House Street, London, between the 11th and 15th of December. So that's from today.
If you're in the area.
Brilliant. Well done, everybody. They're amazing. What's your favourite one?
That's hard.
I think
I
they're all
do like the derpiness of the frog, like or the awkward smiley frog. I think that might be my favourite.
good.
It's just
Hypnotoad.
very derpy. Foxy says barnacle. It's a good selection. They chose well.
I've got to go with the fox as well, Barnacle. I think that's just a fantastic capture.
I'd love to be on the panel of judges for a comedy
Yeah.
photo. That must just be great fun. Like, how many entries? Did you say how many entries they had? I think so. The top. Oh, thousands of players. Yeah. Imagine you just get to look through thousands of funny wildlife photos and get to pick like a top five of them. It must be
Excuse me.
great.
Yeah, it would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Imagine
if you
being a
had.
bug in the grass, seeing a fox sliding your way. Yeah, that would be pretty mental. Awesome. That was a good way to end, I think.
Yeah, nice, uplifting, wholesome ending.
Yeah. Very good indeed. I got very itchy nose. Oh, don't know why.
No,
That's cool. So, what's happening for the rest of the week? Well, you're not here on Friday, are you? You were saying earlier.
I'm not. I'm not here on Friday, Saturday, so I won't be able to join
So
for
we'll
the stream.
see what happens for our gaming stream on Friday. I may be on, I may not. If I am on, we're either going to play Grounded, carry on with our Grounded story, or I might try something different.
Ooh.
I've been playing a game called Raft. I played that before. I think that'd be quite cool to do. So Raft is you are stranded on a little raft in the middle of a water world, and you've got to survive. You've got to make your raft bigger, and
That sounds great.
lots of little islands and all that kind of stuff. It's quite cool.
That sounds a lot of fun.
So I've played that a couple of times. So we could do that. It's the 13th, Friday the 13th as well. Ooh.
It's a sign.
And then next Wednesday, it's myself and Kat. Hopefully, Kat is feeling better. She wasn't too well last week. And we'll be going through all of the lovely images you guys have been posting in our fungi folder. And also your wildlife highlights of the year.
Very exciting.
Which is very cool. So please get your wildlife highlights for the year into our Discord channel, into the relevant folder. If you're not a member on our Discord, please
Come and join.
come and join in.
It's a lovely community.
Yeah.
Yes, again, I'm going to say every day it's just lovely to look through the photos.
Yeah.
Such a wholesome scrolling experience. And can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. And then we'll be back next Friday for our last stream of the year.
Yeah.
Friday the 20th. I'm pretty sure it's the 20th. It is the 20th, isn't it?
Yes.
Next Friday's the 20th. Yes, it is. So that'll be the last stream of the year. And we're going to take a break over Christmas and New Year, and we'll be back. Let's have a look. When will we be back after Christmas? There's a potential for the 3rd, which will be a gaming stream.
Mm-hmm.
And if not the 3rd, it will be Wednesday the 8th. So there we go. But I'm off for 3 weeks, so. Oh, I forgot about something. There's a big thing that happened today. I found out about it today. And I'm gonna post it into.
Good thing we didn't forget about it. It'll be fun to see what wildlife everyone finds over the festivities.
True. Yes, it will be.
You know, like sometimes people like go home for Christmas or go somewhere different than they normally would for Christmas and see different wildlife. And
I'm going to try and do lots of wildlife watching. I'm going to my parents again for Christmas, so I will be going to Crombie Country Park like I normally do. On Boxing Day. I might do it on Christmas Eve or Boxing Day, depending on. I'll look at the weather and make a decision which day is best.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I might get some red squirrels. Maybe even them stuck in a tree. That'd be quite funny.
Very good.
And some other cool stuff. So yeah, that'd be great. But the thing I wanted to talk about is the Big Garden Birdwatch 2025.
Gosh, it's not long now, actually.
Oh, Nathan says, thank you for all for the stream. I will update you on what I find rock pulling 5 days in a row. I'm also watching Arctic Char Spawn on the 17th, so hopefully I get some photos of that this time. That'd be brilliant. New Year's Day, a couple of years ago, we'll take some topping on seeing otter take down a merganser. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, the Big Garden Birdwatch, you can sign up now. 21,166 people have signed up so far.
Wow, that's impressive.
Obviously, this is something that we've been taking part in for the last couple of years. I will be doing it again this year live on stream on the Saturday or the Sunday. I'm hoping I might be able to talk to Jono and get Jono back on again, which would be great because it was normally the RSPB stream the last 2 years, but it'd be good to get it done again. I think it'd be great to get him on because he has a fantastic garden. And last we had foxes in his garden, which was just amazing.
That was amazing.
So brilliant. So hopefully I'll send him a message and see if we can get him involved. There we go. I'll post this link in chat for you folks. If you want to go sign yourselves up, there you go. Please do. I'll be signing up soon. And we can have an exciting time watching birdies, and then you can come and join me and watch my birdies. I'm going to try and get my camera hooked up this year to my computer.
Sick as a bird.
And then I can do it from the back door like I did last year, but this time I can zoom in and out on birds.
That'd be cool.
Which would be very cool. So yeah, so I shall try and do that because my kitchen's finished now, so I won't be in a building site this time. I'll be at a nice dining room table, nice and tidy. It'll be great.
Oh, cozy, lovely.
There we go. Awesome. Glad I remembered that.
Last second.
Cool. Right. We're going to head off. We will see you next week. I may be back on Friday for a gaming stream. We will see. If not, have a fantastic weekend. And we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I won't sadly be here next week, so I hope everyone has a lovely festive period, whatever you're doing. Have some wonderful wildlife encounters.
You'll be back on next Friday, though, wouldn't you?
Just in case you can't make it to next Friday.
Yeah.
But yes, never much chance. Yes, thank you for coming along. Hope you had a wonderful week and have a wonderful week to come.
Yeah. See you later on. And thank you for the follow, Leslie.
Thank you.
See you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye.